So we are talking about a cool topic today. We're talking about what if you had to start over, and maybe you're listening to this right now and you haven't started at all. So it's
on
kind
eBay.
of on eBay. What if you had to start over on eBay, or what if you haven't started at all? What would you do in 2026, or what I would do, and you could absolutely do it as well in 2026 to get a profitable business up and going?
Yeah, so you've been on eBay since 96,
Yep.
right? 30 years?
Yep.
Is that right? Yeah, 30 years. So you've been selling, you've been on the platform since it started.
Yep.
Essentially, when you had to go and do, HTML code and all this stuff. So it's actually a lot simpler now. So now you can just use a smartphone. That's all the tool you really need for the whole business. You just need your phone, right? Like,
it is.
You don't really need much else.
Your phone and inventory to be able to sell. So what would I do? I would definitely start where I'm at, and I would try to sell some stuff that I already had. If I didn't have stuff and I didn't have money to invest yet, I would actually drive and find stuff that was in the trash, that wasn't really trash, that people were throwing away for whatever reason, and I would try and sell that stuff with no money at all invested, and then I could totally start bankrolling and get some money together to where I could start investing.
So let's break it down a little bit. So usually the biggest thing, a lot of people think that, okay, I'm getting started, I need a ton of inventory, I need a lot of capital, but the biggest thing is really just overcoming the fear of a perfect plan or analysis paralysis. Like, you think I need to know everything about the platform, I need to know all the ins and outs of shipping, I need to know everything before I can actually start. And really, the biggest thing is you learn as you go. So you will learn, you'll make mistakes, and that's okay. And hopefully by, listening to podcasts and YouTube, you make less mistakes, but you will still make mistakes. You still make mistakes, but you learn from them, and then you don't make them again. Hopefully, usually you learn from them the best, but really is just getting started and then building the confidence and the momentum. So what we recommend if you're just starting out is most people do have stuff around the house. So most people, unless you're minimalist, which is great if you are, but maybe not as great for eBay, but most people have stuff around the house. So we like to, find stuff in your kitchen, like maybe kitchen gadgets that you bought, those are a great one, because usually people buy them, they only use them once, and then they sit and you don't use them again, and other people will buy them because there'd be a discounted rate. What are some other things? Like brand name clothing is a good one, like jeans or something that is higher end that you don't use, you don't wear, that you could list. So those are just some examples of things you could start with.
Stuff in the garage, stuff in the attic, just whatever.
Sports equipment, old sports equipment, yeah.
Exactly, just stuff that you are not using, you haven't used in the last 6 to 12 months. Typically, you probably won't use it again, and you can totally turn it into cash by doing that. But if you do not even have anything in your house, you can go and find stuff out of the trash. And this hits even a little bit closer. I was taking our son to a friend's house last night, and when I drove past, somebody had a big air, and this was not a cheap one, it was an inflatable boat. I meant to go back and pick it up, but I forgot to after I dropped him off. I did. It was out on the side of the road, and me personally, like I said, if I was starting from ground zero today, what I would do is I would have went and picked that thing up, and I would have got some of the seal paint. If most likely there's a little hole in it or something like that, I would have got some of that seal paint, I would have painted it, and I could have turned that into probably $1,000 from a find off the side of the road. And all it would, it'd roll right up and fit in the back of a trunk, fit in the back of my truck, fit it in the back of anything, and then be able to do a little bit of elbow grease. And if you don't know how to do elbow grease, you can find somebody on TaskRabbit or something like that that would help you. But I'm just giving you other options besides stuff in the house. That is the easiest place, but you can totally find stuff outside of the house as well for free to be able to start this business.
Yeah, we've done a lot of stuff from the
We
trash.
have thousands and thousands of dollars from free stuff that either we have been given.
An exercise bike that we got out of the trash. I think we sold that for $300. What are some of the other things? You got that
compressor.
Case. It was like a trumpet case or something. No, what was that? I don't know. You sold it for like $100.
Yeah, wheelchairs, speakers, everything you can think of, we have pulled out of the trash and we have sold. So that's the other way. And that's what I would do. If like I said, back to me, if I'm doing that and I don't have anything in the house, I'm going out and I'm finding stuff on the local trash days, and I'm looking just for a couple things that I can turn around and either sell on eBay or sell in the local market to be able to bankroll something to, like the last episode we just did, we talked about a $100 investment that will turn into probably $7,000 to $10,000. That's exactly where I would be going. If I had to start over today, I would try and get a little bit of bankroll, and then I would invest in one of these high profit items, and I'd throw it on quickly and then start making money quickly.
Yeah, and you would do some of those higher value ones a lot sooner.
Yes.
But you also do need to establish a relationship with eBay. So that is your primary. If you're starting, you want to open your eBay account and get that relationship with eBay going so that you can get to those higher value items faster, because they do want to know you're a legit seller. So when you first start, I believe it's a $500 cap and 10 items. So you will have a cap, but you can get those increased very quickly if you ship your items out on time, you get them sold, they shipped on time, and you're a good seller. You can get those lifted very quickly and then keep growing from there.
And that cap means your inventory. So you can list either 5 items or up to, is it 5 or 10 items?
10 items.
10 items and up to $500 in inventory. So that can raise very, very quickly once eBay sees that you are an active seller. You're doing exactly what you say, you're getting good feedback. But the goal is building your feedback, and that's seller feedback and buyer's feedback. Build that as quick as possible. For me, I'd buy probably 20 items, very, very cheap items or items that I needed. I'd buy like 20 of those to get 20 buyers feedback, and then I would be working on the selling feedback as quick as I possibly could. And then that's how you build your foundations on eBay, and then you hit the ground running. You just go and find those high profit flips, and you start making money as quick.
And you'd add a higher value flip, and then you'd also put in, like if you were starting over, you'd do some of the smaller stuff too, so that you can be consistent in those listings, and then add a higher value one. Like even if you added one of those every month for a little while, and then that adds up a lot. And then listing consistently helps very much, especially as you're getting that momentum and growing. Listing consistently helps. So
absolutely.
And then if you start, you're getting started. That's what we're hoping. This is kind of like a getting started episode. We're hoping to encourage you to start, but then maybe you've already gone through your house. You've already listed some of the stuff in your house. Then where do you go from there? So now hopefully you have a little bit of bankroll like you were talking about. You can go find some items. Our next recommendation would be to look at niches that you enjoy. So think of three different categories of items that maybe you enjoy that you already know a lot about, because a lot of times going to a flea market, going to a thrift store, going to these things and seeing all this stuff, you're like, I have no idea what this is even worth. Like, there is so much here. How do I know what is valuable? How do I know? But if you are familiar with a topic or a category of item, then you're going to already have a leg up on that. So we recommend starting there. So like, say golf. You know what golf clubs are expensive. I always go back to golf because I want to learn golf clubs. I'm going to learn them one day. But I don't want golf, and I don't like golf. But I know there's lots of valuable golf clubs at thrift stores. Anyways, so if you know that, you already have a leg up. You just go browse through. You don't have to look every single one of them up. So that's just kind of like an idea to go think about your hobbies and what you like.
For me, my niche would be high profit flips, because that's what I love. We do appliances, we do exercise equipment, we do a lot of it's going to be a commercial or industrial stuff. So that's what I would jump straight back into. For people that don't know, like Melissa said, pick that topic that you do know something about. And I think even back 30 years ago when I started this business, my mom, we started out doing exercise equipment, Nordic Track ski machines. That was my first big. And it wasn't huge, but it was a bigger flip. And I started out of that, and then I started branching out and doing other exercise equipment. So I knew more about exercise equipment, so I could go into that, and I knew it was paying me really, really well for being in that niche. So think about the niche that you know, and you have the leg up, like Melissa said, on the competition. You know more about that, so it's less research when you actually are out there finding those things. But I was just at the thrift store yesterday with Brody, trying to kill some time before I picked up my daughter from school. And guess what? We found 3 braces and some type of, I don't know what it's called, some type of device that does you put a sleeve on and it does compression, something like that. But we found those and we spent $38, and we should be able to turn $38 into over $500. Now, this is not super high profit. This is not big items. These all fit into a little tiny bag. So it's not going to be crazy to ship. It's not going to do that. But that stuff is everywhere. We just went to a thrift store by their school, and we spent $38 to be able to make roughly $500 or even more on these. How many did we get? 1, 2, 3, 4 items, a total of 4 items to be able to make $500 or more on this. So we'll get those listed. We'll keep you updated with that, I'm sure, with a later podcast. But that just shows you how easy it is to be able to go out and find some of these items and turn them into cash.
And the braces will be fine. We aren't 100% sure the compression thing listing on eBay. You do have to be careful with some medical equipment. If it is prescribed or prescription, then they will not let you do it. So we just have to look that up. But the braces, we've done lots of braces, lots of different kinds of knee braces and all that kind of stuff. So those sell fine on eBay. But we got a little off topic. So, but yeah, the biggest thing, just to recap, is getting started is get started. I feel like the biggest thing that holds people up is that analysis paralysis, and you just need to hit the ground running and go. You don't have to know everything. open your eBay account. If you haven't opened your eBay account today, you're listening to this, go open it today and let us know that you did. Like, send us a message. We're on all the social platforms. Email us, rob@fleamarketflipper.com, and let us know that you opened your eBay account and you're going to get some stuff listed. And we're excited to help you along the way, get started.
Absolutely.
And
we'll give you permission that you will make mistakes. I made mistakes. I still make mistakes. I'm not perfect at this business. There's always stuff changing. There's always new things. You have permission. But when you're starting out at the bottom, the mistakes don't hurt that bad when you're selling a $5, a $10, a $20, a $30 item, even a $100 item. I mean, once you get up to that, you're trying to learn this process. So you will make mistakes. Just understand you can figure out everything. You can work back from anything. Nothing is going to be crazy. There are solutions for everything if you do make a mistake, there are solutions for everything. So you will make mistakes. You're going to learn from those mistakes and you're going to get better and better every single day. You're getting better at this.
Yep. So number 1, get started. Number 2, find some stuff in your house, get some stuff listed, get those 10 items first listed on eBay and get that seller status with eBay. So you're starting to build that relationship.
Feedback.
And build that feedback. So those are the first steps to get started on eBay. And we still think it is one of the best businesses out there. I mean, with all this crazy AI stuff, like things are changing. The whole world is changing. But right now, like, it's still a very great business because people are constantly getting rid of stuff. People are still constantly needing stuff. They're constantly buying stuff. So it's still an amazing business. And we did just create the eBay Launch Lab just recently. So we just launched that last week. If that's something, if you really want to get started with eBay, it's just a small, like, mini launch lab to help you kind of walk you through all the steps of eBay so you finally do get started. We'll link that in the show notes if you want to check that out. But thanks, guys, for hanging out with us.
You're amazing, and thanks for spending some time with us, and we can't wait to see you on the next episode.